What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers. Those messed up. I was thinking too much. All right, 3, 2. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers. Those people of color have made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Chris Abacan.
What's going on, everybody?
And Daniel Acevedo.
How's it going, guys?
What's going on? Unfortunately, Shannon was unable to make it. He's a little bit under the weather. This is the season. You probably hear us sniffling and coughing as well. Yeah, it's that time of year. Or I guess it's always that time of year because of COVID. If you are tuning in, if you're tuning in to this week's shenanigans, this is the Friday episode. So this is the movies, books, games, all that good stuff episode. So without further ado, how's your week, Chris?
Our week was pretty decent, right? I mean, we've been relatively light on a lot of media. It's just, I think, with us just kind of recovering from kind of the political cycle and everything, it's just waiting for things to kind of like the dust to settle and everything. On the personal side, I started training for a half marathon again, right?
Nice.
So I'm gonna be doing the Gasparilla this upcoming February.
Man.
So in the past, or like since I left the military, I've been running, but I haven't done any races or anything like that. So it's different when I was in the military. I was running and I was running with people, so I had like competition and stuff like that, or I just had that regular running group. Now that I'm out, it's just like, and also being mostly a remote worker, it's like you don't have that.
Yeah.
You have to find a running group, but these running groups all over the Tampa Bay area start weird times. They I like just run where I'm at, right? So yeah, so I've been running like 15-ish a week, since I left the military, but I gotta ramp that stuff back up to like 30 miles a week, right? 35 miles a week towards my training. So I did 5 miles yesterday, and then each consecutive Saturday, I'm going to add another mile to that, right? And I know my body can still do it. But it's just that I'm not used to it, right? Because I haven't ran over 6, 7, 8 miles in a long time, right? So that's almost 2 years now. So I'm getting back into it. I saw my belly the other day. I'm like, I think I need to start running more.
Man,
that
listen,
dude. I actually think
you're
that's
still the age group. You're still the good age group that when you can push your body that way. It's kind of because are you above the 35?
I am above 35, yeah.
But below 40, correct?
I'm below 40. Yeah, I'm below 40.
Yeah,
so I'm not 40 yet.
Yeah,
But
you're fine.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like I just don't want to get into the trap of I don't want to be a big bellied veteran. That's all.
That's what I'm turning into that.
Like
that is a real thing.
I remember like when you guys were junior and you see these retired old guys working contracts, like, man, that guy's big. And then he shows you a picture when he was in the military, like, dude, this guy's a beast.
Yeah, he was diesel.
He's a diesel, yeah. But yeah, like here in Florida, you see a lot of these, like we know them like old jacked guys. They're just gonna be jacked forever, right? I want to be that old jacked guy.
Running down Bayshore. Yeah.
Just Bayshore. Super jacked, running on Bayshore, right? That's what I want to be when I'm older.
It's like life. It's really a lifestyle. Like I kind of fell off the wagon a little bit. I luckily don't have a belly, knock on wood, but I broke the 40 year like break line, and physically you feel it. Like I stopped doing what I used to do, and then now I'm trying to get back. It is like it's a slow burn. It's the slowest burn of my life.
Exactly. Maybe it's like we're working more sedentary jobs. At least in the military, even though we were in information technology, there were times when you're like, hey, working party, let's go. Right? You had to go help out. Right? You had to do little things like that. Even even as you had
to work out. We had to work out. We didn't have a choice, right? We like at least 3 times a week for us.
Your day.
Yeah, it's part of your day, and it's like baked into your your time. Like it was nice.
So nice.
Like, 2 days a month or 2 days a week, 3 days a week, depending on your unit. You got 2 hours of those days to go work out. That's awesome. Now you don't have that. You got to work out earlier, right? So for me, it's
you have to wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Do what you got to do. At least a lot. We could still do that, but again, it's difficult to do that when You're not coming into a gym full of military, guys and gals that are doing the same thing. It's like, oh, what's going on, man? Yeah, it's totally different, right? It's totally different. And gyms here in the Tampa Bay, it's like hit or miss, right? And the bigger gyms, like the global type gyms, the big names, they're further away. I want something like 10 minutes from me. I don't want apartment gym's nice, but it doesn't have heavier weights. So that bothers me. I'm like, I need at least, 80-pound dumbbells. Give me someone like it goes like to 40. I'm like, what is this? What is I've been a big workout guy for, most of my military career, and leaving the military, it's like one of those things you really miss. So I did want to point that out. At the media end, let's see what we started Harry Potter, right? We always do Harry Potter once a year, and we just went through the first 2 movies in the past 2 weeks. We started that.
So I still got to do that, man. I watched the first movie and I was so bored.
Well, the first
I heard to get better.
So the first first 2 movies were really geared towards like a young audience, and with the third movie, I think they take a darker turn. The direction changes, right? They stop using John Williams' music and go with another composer, right? So it's like all these things change, and I think it matures, right? I mean, as the story matures, right? You have different movie styles, and I still very much enjoyed the first 2 movies just because I still have the lines memorized. Nostalgia. Like I remember, like when those movies first came out, like I got dressed up, I had my wand, like a little nerd that I was. It's fantastic. It's funny. It's a totally random thought, right? So Hogwarts, it's British, right? And in the newer movies, they have a U.S. version of Hogwarts and the U.S. version of the Magic. Remember those newer movies? So I'm like, okay, so what about Asia? Like, how do Asians cast spells? Because the
I'm kidding.
Yeah. I'm like, so
two of them.
Like, come on, expand the Harry Potter world to like Asia, and you got yourself a winner there.
They got Universal. Universal over here, and they have a Harry Potter world in the Universal Studios, and it's huge. It's really huge.
Yeah, exactly. It's huge. It's huge, and even the one in Orlando, right? It's massive. So I'm thinking, capitalize on the different cultures and the magic, and then, keep things. You don't have to keep things to the U.S. and the U.K. all the time, right? You can incorporate the Asians or even Africa. All that. There's so much.
I'm really surprised they haven't though, because we see that in like the Transformers movies and all that stuff. Like they always go to China because they need to be in that market. So it's like, let's cast a either Japanese or a Chinese or someone who's iconic over here. To bring it, because like when I went to Disney Paris, they focused on characters. I was like, I don't even know who that is. Like it's someone who is like from their country or from that area, but they weren't the main character.
Yeah. I think they have an opportunity to do that. It would have to be written very clever because it is very Eurocentric. Obviously, like Wizards is very much a European, like from that storytelling.
Castles and the
but you got different cool stuff that you can.
Hogsmeade Prefecture.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I want like a sake castle, freaking temple.
It'd be pretty cool.
Well, I mean, I'm completely thinking outside here, but Harry Potter, right, on the media end. British Bake Off is just in its semifinals now, so that's fantastic.
That's your jam.
That's my jam. Yeah. I love British Bake Off ever since like 2020, ever since COVID. Like British Bake Off, oh my god, we love it. We freaking love it. And got a new blender. We got a Vitamix, right?
Yeah, okay.
And like, it's like our old Ninja. It started, I think some of the plastic pieces were just kind of like, you can tell they're like disintegrating or just some of that. We don't want to consume any of that stuff. So I think it's definitely was time to replace it. But we got the Vitamix 5200, which is the one they use in restaurants. It's actually cheaper than like the more advanced stuff because it's literally just it gives you variables and it's on and off. That's it. It's very simple, and we really love that. But that's kind of my week in a nutshell. Dang, how was your week?
And it's a whirlwind. A lot of stuff for the website, which is finally almost done.
Okay.
Really excited about that. So the guy, I would highly recommend him, Ryan. Man, it looks really good.
Okay.
It looks really good. And I'm actually ready to post on Medium. So I have about 4 or 5 articles written already for the blog. So I think I'm just going to start posting on there. I got the hosting prepared for the website. So the website's name will be meanwhilejp.com.
Nice.
So I was able to get that. Meanwhile, Japan was taken, but Meanwhile JP is good enough. So I was happy about that. So getting the gear for the lighting. I bought a new desk, IKEA's finest. I went on YouTube and did like the whole IKEA hack. So I got the Alex drawers. I went and I picked up everything today. I got the new computers. I was really overzealous. I thought I was going to be able to get back early enough today and set up everything. And I got back super late and I was like, I'm exhausted. Yeah, I'm like, exhausted. Tomorrow I built all this stuff during the weekend at least though. So tomorrow, move everything around, get the new desk in here, set up the mic, set up the camera. Yeah, and I'm excited to start doing the vlog stuff. So I'm going to look online to see what the other people in this space are doing, places I would like, choose a place, maybe go with my kid and my wife, scout it, and then take a day and go by myself and then just record some stuff. I got one of those lavalier mics, wireless ones, not the DJI, not the really expensive one, a step down, but I tested it. It's really good, so I'm excited about that.
DJIs are really good. There's that one in the Rode. I saw that one.
They're amazing. They're so expensive though.
Yeah, but also I actually think the DJIs look better because they look like a USB stick versus the Rode is just a gigantic square. I don't like how it looks on video.
I got the Hollyland pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's a step down, something to just start. It's really, really expensive, but I just want to get a feel for it. And as I get better into content creating and enjoying it, then I'll go ahead and do it. I have a DJI Osmo 6. So that's a gimbal thing that holds your phone. So I'll use that for vlogging. It's really good. I just been just researching all that kind of stuff most of my week. Played some Apex, played some MOBA game on my phone. Me and my wife are going through finishing at a very, very, very slow pace Shogun, which I think has been amazing. We really enjoyed the show.
I gotta jump back on it. I really do.
I really enjoyed it. Started to watch anime again, so I didn't realize My Hero Academia, the season finished with another season going to happen. I thought this was going to be the last season.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to finish it.
Yeah, I was like, really? Come on, man. Like, you're at the end. Just finish it already.
It's like Attack on Titan, man. It's the final season.
I'm like, geez. I read Jujutsu Kaisen recently, a couple of weeks ago, actually. It's really good. I'm very happy how the arc of it. He made some choices.
Did you finish it? It's done. Did you finish it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I finished it. Yeah. Now I'm reading Hunter x Hunter because the guy started writing again, and I was reading it before, but interesting thing about that guy that created that Anime and Manga, he's a huge otaku, so he really likes Dragon Quest games. So whenever a new Dragon Quest would come out, he would stop writing to play the Dragon Quests.
Nice.
That's why those animes and mangas would have huge breaks. And I think he's married to the
author of Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
Togashi.
The people that created Sailor Moon. That's a really interesting couple, and he's a very quirky guy. Hunter x Hunter is a very unique. It's really dark. It's a really good manga, and I really enjoy it. It's like every different arc has a completely different feel, and it's almost like he changes his writing style completely from what was written before. So
how far are you in Hunter x
Hunter? So where the anime finishes and the next chapter starts, that's where I'm at. I had read into that, but then he stopped writing, and I was like, I'm not going to continue to read this if he's not going to write.
I will tell you that reading it's very, to me, I love Hunter x Hunter. I finished it. I'm caught up to the manga, but it was hard. It's so much text, right?
Yeah, it is.
And I'm trying to
reading it too. It's crazy. The blocks of text are
I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, Togashi, you can write a light novel. Literally, you can just start writing a light novel versus. And I honestly, that might be better for his health because I know that Togashi, he was also the author of Yu Yu Hakusho, my personal favorite of all time, right?
Yeah, it's a very good one. Yeah.
And he actually ended it early because of issues he was having with health and things like that, which I get. Part of me is always like, man, why don't these mangaka, why don't they just write light novels and they can get it over with? Especially a guy like Togashi, just write it and we'll read that all day.
That last arc is like, it's very political in the beginning.
It is very political.
Like, a lot. He's like world building more and like creating the government system, like expanding on the explanation of it. So it's just like geez, I have like zoom in to like read these like chunks that are like that big. And I'm like, my God. I'm watching Blue Lock, which is, if you like sports anime, and I like soccer a lot. It's a really interesting one. And I want to watch Dan because it's the hype right now. So I want to see how good it is or not. And I'm still watching 1,000-Year War because the animation, like the beginning,
so good.
I didn't watch the first season, so the beginning of the first season, when you get to the commander and his fight, the animation is so gorgeous, and I'm like, just take it back, like how good it is. It's very high level. So yeah, that's pretty much all the media and stuff that I've done this week. But hopefully by next week, the website will be up and running, so I'll do a plug for myself on that. And,
good stuff. Yeah.
And actually, I haven't really thought of it completely, but a section in the website is I put blog, vlog, and podcast. So I might start a podcast on the side also.
Yeah.
I don't like podcasting by myself, so I need to figure that one out. But I think I'm gonna
get some of your friends from Japan in there.
I guess so. Yeah, I do want to kind of like just like things that come topical about the country that are happening. Just kind of talk about it as a foreigner, what that might mean to me, or like what it means to the people of the country and how they see it, and just make it short. I don't know. So I'm just still spitballing the ideas, but yeah, that's my week in a nutshell, Ryan. What about yours?
That's awesome. So got the COVID flu shot yesterday, so you can hear it in my voice. I'm already getting sick. So hopefully the rest of this weekend will be. I won't get sick. You know what I mean? Like I might lose my voice, get a couple sniffles. That's what I'm hoping for. But the weather's also cooler here. In quotation marks, right in Florida. I think we're like this morning when I went outside, it was a little chilly. It's probably in the 50s. So that's actually, cool for us. But it'll be in the low 80s by the end of the day. So yeah. So definitely enjoying the weather right now. Getting a break from all of the heat. Last night watched The Post Exorcist. So really good. Like I like those type of movies, right? But this one was like really well written because usually they get kind of corny, but now I was like, this is pretty good. So I watched it with my wife and my two sons, and we were all engrossed in it. It was pretty good.
I can't watch those. I'm a huge baby. I watch those and I can't sleep.
So I knocked off a couple times during it, not because it was boring. It was just we started mad late. My wife was like, "How are you falling asleep?" I'm like, that's exorcism. It's fine.
I'd face.
It doesn't affect me like that. I'm like, ooh, that's scary. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
There's a little boy in it who's possessed. It's in the in all of the trailers and whatnot, so I'm not spoiling anything. But he's really good. I was like, man, this little boy is really acting his butt off. But so watch that. It's really good. I might have to watch it again because I fell asleep during some key moments. But again, not because it was bad. It's just I was tired. And then been playing Call of Duty multiplayer, like surprisingly on PC. So with a controller. So the blasphemy of it all, right? I'm terrible, but I'm having fun. Like I'm playing with my friend Matt. So we haven't played Call of Duty in over a decade because I literally stopped playing 11 years ago. I was like, I'm not playing this no more.
Black Ops 2.
I'm terrible, but I'm having fun because it makes me being so bad. It makes me an objective guy. So I'm no longer going for kills. I'm going for team wins. So if we're playing domination, I'm capturing something. If we're going for the I forget what all the other modes are, but hard point, I'm going for the hard point. Like I don't care about dying because my KDR will always be terrible regardless. So let's go ahead and capture these objectives, which I've been ranking up pretty fast because when you get you get a kill at the objective, you get more points. So KDR is trash. I don't care. But I'm having fun. The battle pass just dropped. I'm not big into. I don't care about live service anything. I'm only playing because a friend of mine is playing. I'm not going to get your battle pass. I'm not going to give you more money. I wouldn't even be playing this game if it wasn't on Game Pass, to be honest with you. But it is very well designed. It's a lot of fun. I'm just not competitive anymore. Like we're getting older, right? So like when Daniel said that he got all his stuff home, but he didn't set it up, just think 20 years ago. You would have stayed up all night. You would have set up on your kitchen table to play around with it. Like now we're just like, meh, I got bills. I'll get this. I'll do this in the morning.
I would have sent all up and like woken up tomorrow, go to work at like 6 or something. I would have been, you're right.
Yep. Yeah, what a difference. The same thing with the Tyson fights. I watched that. Age comes for us all. Father Time's undefeated.
Yeah. So I knew it.
I was disappointed.
He's almost 70. It's ridiculous. Like there's no. I knew he wasn't gonna win. I wanted him in a heart to heart. I wanted him to. But the second he walked out there and I saw how he was moving, I was like, something wrong with his leg to begin with.
Yeah, he was in a brace.
And
yeah,
I don't know.
So people were saying that it was rigged and whatnot, but like all the fights before it were real fights. Like it was people were fighting.
Either way, both of them made bank from this.
Yes,
bang.
Yeah, I just hope they both got to keep the majority of it, right? Because like back in the day, your purse could be 60 million and you'd walk away with 60,000 because you had all these. You're being hustled, right? Like it was a big con game, a big pyramid where the person who was actually getting punched in the face was getting nothing. So I'm hoping because of the way people are set up now, where they own their own production, their teams are smaller, they get more buy-in from the network. Like I'm hoping that they walk away with the majority of their purses, because that's a win regardless. And like he said in the interview at the end, like this was for his personal achievement. Nobody's fighting at 58 at that level and making that type of money. So he deserves it. I have been watching some of the before stuff where he's training. He was a lot faster in training. So just like, did he burn himself out or did he take a little steam off? Because like we know Jake Paul took a little steam off because he didn't want to knock down Mike, right? Like it would have been a lose-lose situation for him, right? He's an icon. But I think Tyson might have took a little off too, but he also could have been hurt because he did look like his legs were not right. Either he's a brilliant actor or he's 58 and he's broke down. You know what I mean? Like,
is he 50 or is he 68? Am I putting him older than I?
Okay, yeah, you made him a little bit older.
My bad, Mike.
So hopefully, because they asked him if he was going to retire, he said maybe not. But it's like when Jordan came back. I was like, can you just stay retired? So that's what I want for Tyson. But also make your bank, right? He has a podcast, he has TV shows. He's acting in movies, and now he's still boxing for of millions of dollars. So I don't know. Aside from that, though, yeah, I'm finishing up Space Marine 2, and no anime or anything like that recently, but I do hope to get into something. Just working on my craft, doing a lot of documentation, right, governance stuff. Like I was able to write information security policy, cyber policy, and I started a BIA, so business impact analysis. So I'm having a good time. I like this stuff. It's weird, right? I like the boring stuff. So work
for yourself, or are you doing it for
in consulting for a client of Rams. I did it, and I actually like that stuff. Like I was like, yeah, let's get this. Like, because the person's like, oh man, it's so much stuff. I'm like, no, I got you. Like the whole thing is like, it's not like back in the day where you come in and do assessment, break it all, and leave. Like, no, I'm finding the stuff that I'm going to help you draft, and I got to show that, right? Like, hey, I found all these things that need maturing, and here's my new draft. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out how to tailor this specifically to you and get you up and running. So I like that stuff. Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much my week in a nutshell. So thank you all for tuning in. We've been doing really good on all the things, right? Social media, as well as our new home on 8.1 FM, and soon to be on Channel 10 in the Fairfax, DC area as well. Hit up all the websites to go by our name. So the Other Side of the Firewall, the Other Side of the FW, or Ask CISSP. Hit us up on all of the social medias that we live on. So I'm RY Security Guy. That's RY Security Guy on LinkedIn and all the other places. But LinkedIn is my bread and butter. And you, Chris, where can they find you?
You can find me on LinkedIn under my name, Chris Abacon. Last name is spelled A. Bacon.
And you, Daniel?
You find me on LinkedIn under my name, Daniel Acevedo, and TBD, meanwhile, and JP.com.
There it is. Stay safe. Stay secure.